Good morning, everyone. I'm Sylvia Sky. I'm a holistic therapist specializing in trauma recovery, and I'm connecting with you from my clinic in North Manchester in England, UK. Today, I want to share with you some ideas about hypervigilance, and I want to give you also a solution for how to lower this state of hypervigilance in order that your life will be calmer, more relaxed, and that you feel safer in your own body and in your own environment. People who have experienced trauma in their past, either growing up or due to a traumatic event, a sudden event, a violent event, they have trouble feeling safe in their own body and in their own environment afterwards. And also, if you have experienced a state of fear for such a long time during your childhood, living in an unsafe home with abuse, sexual abuse, emotional or physical abuse, or it hasn't happened directly to you but you would have seen it in your environment, your brain would have wired in a certain way designed to keep you alive. So hypervigilance is a state of high alertness in which we scan our environment for any possible threats. And that's okay if the danger is real, because that kicks in our fight or flight system in order to save our life and engage us to fight or be ready to deal with the situation. However, if we live in a safe home, we're adults now, we live in a nice neighborhood, we have a nice life, and you still cannot switch off that hypervigilance, that is very demanding on your nervous system, on your body, because it's exhausting to live like that, constantly acting like a scanner to your environment, thinking or preempting where will the next attack or where will the next danger come from. It makes us feel panicked, anxious, depressed, fatigued, and that robs us of our quality of life. A lot of people turn to meditation as a solution for this kind of problem, to calm their mind down. And, a lot of my clients experience racing thoughts, elevated heart rate, the feeling of constant danger that something bad might happen anytime. And I want to educate people, what is the reason that meditation for these kind of situations is not the best tool. Meditation is a wonderful technique in which you can achieve a lot of beautiful states. However, for people with trauma in particular, or complex post-traumatic stress disorder, or simply a recent post-traumatic stress disorder, it's not beneficial purely because our hypervigilance is a mechanism designed to keep us alive. When we're trying to lower that alertness in the meditative state, our brain starts shouting at us, hey, are you crazy? What you're doing? I'm trying to keep you alive. You can't shut me down. So then when you feel more agitated than to start with, you probably can stay in that state for a few minutes, and then you feel like there's something wrong with you. Why can't you do it? And rather than feeling like a failure in this particular thing, it's much better to understand that it's simply you're doing something against your own brain design. And there are other alternatives that are gentler on the body and that they signal much more efficiently that state of safety you ultimately want to feel. So one of the tricks that I picked up from a doctor in psychiatry called Stephen Porges, who's the author of Polyvagal Theory, he recommends a simple exercise that you can do anywhere, especially if you have a busy day. You can even go to the toilet and do that in the privacy of your own space, or when you take a break, or in the evening when you return home, or any time of the day you have a couple of minutes. I'm a practical person. I want fast and practical solutions that we can integrate and have great results. So what you do in this exercise, that is an amazing alternative to meditation, you basically take your right hand, you put it underneath your left armpit, and you hold with the other arm, you hold yourself in an embrace, and you breathe deeply. The purpose of this exercise is for you to feel the boundary of your body and to signal that you are safe. that you are in control of your environment and that simply you are safe. At this time, regarding control, I don't recommend you do a controlled breathing or a numbered breathing, because we're not trying necessarily to control life or to control the situation. We're simply trying to signaling our body that we are safe, that we are keeping ourselves safe. So feel free to just breathe at will. I would say start with a deep breath through your nose, hold as much as you can, and exhale very slowly and fully. A lot of people find a lot of discomfort in holding their breath. Please do not hold your breath if you feel unsafe or if you know that you have issues with that, with panic. If you do that, I have met a few people with this kind of problem, and it's normal, especially if you have had past experiences in which either you were forced to control your breathing or to hold your breath as if in expectancy that something might happen. And please don't do it in the window of your tolerance. So take a deep breath as much as you can, hold it as much as you feel comfortable, and it's very important that you exhale deeply. Because when you exhale deeply, you let go of all the toxins, you exhale the carbon dioxide that usually stays quite a lot in our cells, because we breathe in a very shallow manner throughout the day, being rushed about, and we're not consciously breathing. Sometimes you might have felt it yourself when you take a deep breath and you're thinking, how was I breathing before? So in this position, in this embrace, I want you to take deep breath, hold, and let your chest fall in this full exhale. So feel this. So feel this rhythmic up and down as you are signaling to yourself you're safe in your body. When you hold yourself in this position, you also stimulate physically and energetically your vagus nerve, which is responsible for a lot of nervous mechanisms, and it deeply innervates the abdominal cavity. We can talk about that in a future video. So you are doing a lot of good things in this very simple exercise, good for your body and good for your brain. And you can build upon this step by step towards feeling safer in your environment and have just the right amount of alertness for you to deal with whatever life is throwing at you. Ideally, we would feel safe with ourselves and safe with the world around, and then we can relax, and all our body can process correctly our nutrients, our chi, our breath, our thoughts. Your thoughts calm down as well, because you do not have that constant alarm that something might go wrong at any minute. And you are allowing yourself to build upon that with more positive thoughts and a more positive message to yourself and to your brain. So this is a very simple exercise. Do it for yourself, give it a go and see how it feels for yourself. And for anything else that you want to talk personally about your own situation, do connect with me. I will be so very happy to help. All the best for now.